TSF Entertainment.
Yo, and welcome back to TSF Entertainment. This time we are bringing you Raising Kanan, episode 7 exclusive picks and predictions. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Episode 7 synopsis says Unique and his soldiers assume control of the corners and queens, leaving Raq and Marvin in desperate need of more answers and more product. Kanan searches for a missing OC. So here in this first scene here, we have none other than Kanan and Juke. And they are back at the diner. Now here it could be quite possibly that they are discussing the after effects of them rolling up on Freddy's crew on the basketball court and discussing the whole situation and everything with Famous and his unaliving. Um, Probably going to go a little bit more into detail and try to figure out who exactly wanted to put Famous down. As we were told on the last episode, it was dirty cops. He was helping investigate dirty cops. So Kanan believed the story, and I think here they're going to discuss a little bit more about that, as well as Kanan in the trailer also told Juke, "We're taking it back to the streets. We partners." So I believe he's going to pull Juke in and possibly have Juke working out there on the streets with him as he's moving product. Here we have Unique and Raq. And Unique is letting her know that he is back and he is taking everything that she took from him, which was planted in his mind by early Tyler. We saw in the last episode when Raq came home, he was standing there in the kitchen eating ice cream. And she's completely shocked as everybody had assumed that Unique was no longer with us. I'm sure here Raq is going to do what she does best and is going to try to convince Unique that she had nothing to do with his brother Ronnie trying to unalive him, nor taking over his blocks, his streets, his whole network. I'm sure she's going to try her best to let him know that, but of course, Unique is not hearing any of that, as he already has it in his mind that she was the mastermind behind everything, and it was her plan all along to have her brother take him out and she take over everything. Here we have Kanan and a new character. I'm thinking this character right here is one of Kanan's workers. Now, it could be quite possible that since we know Kanan put the word out that he was trying to get some more information on Famous and he's willing to pay, could be right here one of these workers is letting Kanan know about some information about Fame. However, due to the synopsis, I'm leaning more towards here. Kanan is coming back to the spot, and this is here is where he finds out that OC is missing. Here we have Raq and we have Lou and Marvin, and they are all here at Mama Joy's house. And from the looks of it, it looks like it is not good. Thinking here, quite possibly, this is they're coming over. They were notified by the nurse to come over and probably get their last respects and wishes into as Mama Joyce is on her last leg. So I'm sure if not this episode, possibly the next episode will be the last that we see of Mama Joyce. Here we have Neek, and he is showing up to none other than Snaps and Pop's restaurant. We know Neek is back. As the synopsis says, he's coming back to take over Queens. So I'm sure here he is meeting with Snaps and Pops to work out and set up some type of deal to where he can start taking back over the blocks. He can start moving product, and he needs their help to move that product. So he's going to try to set up some type of deal with them, as well as try to convince them to stop working with Raq, which he doesn't know. They don't work with Raq, they work with Kanan. But I think even still, he's going to come in there and try to shut down anything that they have to do with Raq and Kanan all together and bring it all over to him. Here we have Juke sitting here at the plum bar, and she could be quite possibly hanging out with her new friend Myra, as we saw this season. We also see her at the plum bar getting friendly with none other than Kyra. As early in the season, Kyra approached her, and Juke was a little scared, a little nervous to make any type of interaction with her. But now we have a new Juke who is now more open, more comfortable, and as we saw in the last episode, more colder. So here, I think she's finally opening up and being comfortable with who she is, and she's now starting to have an interaction with Kyra. Here we have Raq and Marvin. Now, this could be either a before scene or an after scene when they meet with none other than Snaps and Pop. So they go here to Snap and Pops to meet with them to, which I think, work some type of deal out. As the synopsis says, they're in desperate need of product, and they're going to try to find some way to work out a deal with Snaps and Pops, possibly to start moving their product, since Unique is back, and we know Unique will now start working with Quan again. So it could be here that they are sitting down and they are discussing what they could possibly do to set up some type of partnership so that they can start moving the new work, as Raq has a new deal with Stefano and High Seas. Could also be that they found out that Unique has already visited them and they're trying to put a stop to it and letting them know, like, hey, this is not a good deal. You know, running with Neek would not be good for any of us. It's going to affect all of our business, as Unique has a chip on his shoulder and he is out for revenge. And that's it. So from those scenes that you just saw, please let us know what you think down in the comments. Let us know some of your predictions off of those scenes that you just saw.